So with this subject, there are some people who will say, don't do it. If you want to succeed in medicine, do not have children. You are going to be so stressed out already. You do not need any more stress. Just don't do it. Don't. But I'm here to say, if you really want to, have both, medical school and at the same time be a mom, you can do it. I'm saying there is always a way. You just have to be willing to sacrifice a little bit. Okay? So let's get into it. Okay, can you hold on? Are you okay?
No.
What's wrong? Okay, stop now. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Clarice and I'm a Year 2 student doctor at the University of Liverpool. Thank you so much for joining me today. So today we are going to talk about a subject that I feel like it's very important, especially for older students or older people who want to go back to university and, especially they want to do medicine. So I just felt like it's important to discuss this and maybe give a very realistic outlook on the situation, because obviously I might have passed through all of that, and so through my experience and what I know now, I just hope I can help someone to maybe make the right decisions for themselves. So we are going to talk about whether older students or whatever age you are, whether you should have children before you join medical school, or whether you should have kids during medical school or after. So this is a very important question, especially for women, because speaking from my own experience, being older and having to think about going back to university and dedicating 5-6 years of your life to studying and allocating the majority of your time to just being at university is a very hard decision, especially when you want to grow a family and become a mother. It's a very, very difficult situation to be in. So from the get-go, if you're a mom already, if you have children already and you want to do medicine, by any means, don't let that stop you. It's very difficult, obviously, because like I said, you have to dedicate the majority of your time to being a student. Nonetheless, it is still possible to do that because there is always help somewhere. And obviously, if you really want it that bad, you will always find a way. So for me personally, I have a child. And so when I wanted to go back to university, I had to think about how I'm going to manage, how am I going to, be able to study at the same time be a mom. And it was a tough decision, but at the same time, the easiest I had to make, because I knew in order to be that, the best mom that I can be, I had to also fulfill my own purpose. So it was an easy decision because I've always wanted to do medicine. I've always wanted to become a doctor, but I never got the chance. So when I did get the opportunity, even though I was still, I was still quite young in my motherhood time, my baby was still quite young. It was an easy decision for me because I know that by doing that, no matter how challenging it is, I will be the best mom that I can still be. And so it is obviously a difficult decision to make, but just make it based on what's going to be the best thing for yourself and the ones around you. If you can live with the fact that you decided to just be a mom and medicine is not for you, that is completely fine. That is your decision, it's your life, and you know what you really want. But I just don't want you to put off going back to university because you're already a mother, or because you're a bit older and you don't feel like you can leave the children and go and pursue your dreams. So the reason why I'm talking about this obviously is that the financial aspect of it comes along, and it's the one that really discourages most people. So when you have children and you start university, there is some help that student finance can provide for you. So there is childcare grant that you might be eligible to receive. Now, the thing about this is that the threshold of your household income, the household income threshold for this grant is very, very low. So it's about, just let me check for a minute. So the threshold to receive the maximum amount of childcare grant is 9,727, and that's for one child. So when you're in medical school, you're likely to need as much grant as you can definitely get, because it's a full-time job. You're likely to need 4 to 5 days a week, so your child needs to be looked after when you're at university. So for you to get that maximum amount, your household income has to be less than 9,727. This is very low, and it's very unrealistic from my point of view, because obviously anyone, I feel like minimum wage, whether you work weekends, you can surpass this, and this is before taxes. So it's very unhelpful, because the threshold is so low, so you're unlikely to get the maximum. And then the thing is that now, in order to even get anything, you cannot go beyond 19,549 and 79 pence. So if you go above that, you receive nothing at all. So bear that in mind, and that's for one child. As you can see the numbers for when you have 2 or more children. So just be mindful of that when obviously you're deciding whether university is good for you, whether medicine is good for you, because you have to know where you're going to leave your children. Now, when you now start medicine, and like people at my age, I'm about to turn 36, there is always that question, like I can speak only for myself, that if I'm lucky, I will finish university when I'm 40. Women have a biological clock, unfortunately, and it's something that plays in my mind, like, will I still be able to have children when I'm that age? Should I be thinking about having children when I finish university? Shouldn't I be concentrating on, getting a job? I would have been, very financially unstable 5 to 6 years. And now I finally graduated, but instead of working and making that money, now I have to think about having children. So it's a very complicated decision to make, because depending on your circumstances, depending on what you want, these are things that can really stress you out. And so I want you to know that there is always a way. Like, obviously, if now you've started your journey without kids, but in the midst of all of it, you feel like, okay, I don't want to reach that age and then look back and wish that I would have had children, or maybe when I reach that stage and I'm unable to have children, would I be okay with it? So you need to figure out where you're at, because if when that time comes and you're unable to have children and you're still happy with it, there is no reason why you should complicate your life and have kids, okay? But if you look inside and feel like when you reach your 40s, or whenever you're going to finish university, and God forbid something happens and maybe you're already in menopause and you're unable to have children, if you're going to wish you would have done something different, wish you would have taken maybe a gap year to have a child, then don't let that stop you as well. Honestly, most of the time we regret things we didn't do more than things we did. Okay, so don't let medicine pull you off from having children. You can plan it out, have a child, take a gap year, and then come back and continue and finish. Okay, now if you decide that you want to have a child when you finish university, that is completely fine. I think that will be the best option out of the 2 that I've already given. If you have the time, you're not worried about all of those things that we've talked about, then honestly just give yourself time to wait and finish one task at a time. And then when that time comes, you're ready, you finish university, you can have children, you can go and work. So you have the freedom to decide on what to do next. Okay, so this is a very, very tricky subject, but I thought, as a woman, and who is kind of like going through all of that, who questions herself about the decisions she's made, sometimes are they the good decisions, should I have done something different, it always plays in my mind. But at the end of the day, when you look inside your heart and you feel like you can sleep with the decisions you've made for yourself and your family, then that's okay. That's the best decision for yourself. Okay, so I hope I've been a little bit of help. It's a personal decision, it's subjective, but I just don't want you to be put off by either already having kids, having children during medical school, or after medical school. It's just a personal journey, and you need to see which one is for you. I hope you will be able to make the right decisions for you, and it's a journey, it's a good way to grow. Making tough decisions is part of life, but I hope you make the right decision for you. And if honestly, I'm available. If you want to talk about whatever that is private for you, you can always message me, and then we can always talk privately. I'll leave a link of my Instagram. Sometimes people reach out through Instagram, and so just feel free. I know it's a very delicate situation, very delicate conversation to have, so if you want to reach out privately, then by any means do so. I'll just leave my Instagram detail down below. Okay, let me know what you think about this subject. If it's something that you think about, if something that you don't even really worry about, just let me know your thoughts, and let me know whatever else you might want to see in future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and just hit the notification so that you'll be notified whenever I release a video. Thank you so much. God bless, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.